All right, all right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we back. We back for another episode, man. Episode two, man. From Frack Hand to Financial Freedom, man. Today, it's time to get busy. It's time to go in. Time to go in, man. Today we're gonna take the first step. Today we're taking the first step to building wealth. We're all going to go through this journey together. I'm going to go through it with you. The first step is going to be learning how to build a long-term portfolio. Step one, like I said, we're going to go through this very slowly, very slowly. Again, just like I talked about in my last video. In my last video, I talked about dividends. If you check out my last video, man, I kind of touched on what dividends are, how important dividends can be, how powerful they can be, dividend yields, how they can create passive income for yourself. Really, really dope video. Very informative. Some people may kind of find it kind of boring, but if you kind of pay attention to it and kind of get interested into it, man, it's very, very, very powerful information. But today, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Today, we're going in. We're going in. Today is step one. Today is step one to learning how to build a long-term portfolio and learning what you look for, learning how to find blue chip companies. That's going to be where we're going to start. That's going to be where we're going to start. So, step one. Step one is going to be learning the different sectors 11 sectors of the stock market, right? Stock market is kind of just like if I could give an example, it would kind of be like, the military has the Navy, the Army, the Marines, um the medical field. The medical field has a doctor, a nurse, the pediatrician. Stock market is the same way. Stock market is the same way. Stock market has 11 sectors, right? They have 11 sectors. And what I mean by sectors is 11 different branches, if you will, if you want to call it that, 11 different branches that you can choose from. And the key to this is you want to choose the key to building a rock solid, and I mean a rock solid long-term portfolio is you want to choose the best stock, one good stock, long-term blue chip company, one stock out of each sector. So follow me. If you walk with me today, you will see we are learning about the 11 sectors of stock market. So here we are, right here. 11 sectors of the stock market. There is energy. There's energy. There's the energy sector. There's the materials. There's the industrials. You got utilities, healthcare, financials, consumer discretionary. You got consumer staples, and you got the tech. You got the tech, man, which I'm sure everybody knows. You got communication services, and you got real estates, aka REITs. That's what they call them. REITs. This is kind of short for real estate. Those are the different branches of the stock market. The S&P 500. These are 500 of the top companies, right? You have the S&P 500, you have the NASDAQ, and then you have the Dow Jones. Those are going to be all three of those different branch. Now, see, that's another three branches of the stock market. All those are is the S&P 500 is 500 of the top biggest companies in the country. You have the NASDAQ again, and like I said, you have the Dow Jones. So go with me here. Boom, let's jump right in it. Let's jump right in it. So if you look right here, energy sector, especially, that's something that I'm in. Something at my end. Shout out. Shout out to everybody that's in the oil and gas industry. I come from the oil and gas industry. Shout out to Fleet 12. What's up? But energy sector is something for example, you got ExxonMobil. That's going to be an energy company that everybody knows, right? You got Chevron, um, What's another one? I mean, just any energy company. If you look in that sector, if you look in the energy sector, it's going to be nothing but gas companies, right? Gas companies. So that's the key to find the best one out of the energy sector. Boom. If we're moving along, next we have materials. Materials is going to be things like Sherwin-Williams. We got DuPont. Things like, kind of like, the materials are things kind of like that. The chemicals, mining stocks, forest products, things like that, right? So going right down the list. If we go right down the list, next we got industrials. Industrials are going to be things like UPS, FedEx, um, Raytheon. You also have airlines. You also have airline stocks in those. You have railroad stocks, aerospace, defense, construction, of the engineering industries, machinery, things like that. Those are going to be your industrials, right? So next, if you look at your utility stocks, those are going to be things like your energy company. I mean, excuse me, not your energy. Let me take that back. Utilities is going to be things like here we pay our light bill to whoever you pay your light bill to, right? So like here in Texas, we pay our light bill to AEP, American Electric Power. There's Consolidated. If you see there's Consolidated Edison. There's Duke Energy. Those are going to be companies for like natural gas, electrical power, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows that, right? Moving right down the list. Next, you're gonna have your healthcare. You're gonna have your healthcare sector. I mean, everybody knows healthcare. We got the big insurance group like United Healthcare Group. You got Johnson and Johnson. It's gonna be stocks and stuff like that. Pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, fun things like that. Those are gonna give. That's gonna kind of give you an ideal of what the healthcare sector is. Next, it's going to be financials. I mean, come on. We all know what financials is, right? Those are your banks, straight up. Those are your banks. JP Morgan Chase. Um, you have Citibank. Um, I mean, Berkshire Hathaway. Things like that. Those are going to be your banks. Straight insurance companies, mortgage related real estate investment trust companies, things like that. So, moving right down the list. Consumer discretionary. So, a lot of people don't know what it was crazy because a lot of people I didn't know what consumer discretionary was. But once I looked at it, it's just Amazon. Consumer discretionary, that sector, that's going to be your automobiles, your luxury goods. Amazon, things like Amazon, McDonald's, e-commerce stocks, hotels, restaurants, things like that. Those are going to be your consumer discretionary. That's going to be in that. Those are going to be the kind of stocks that are in that sector. And if you look on the next one, it's going to be your consumer staples. You have consumer staples sector. So those are going to be things like you see here, Coca-Cola, Procter and Gamble. Um, they have a lot of tobacco like Altria. You have a lot of beverage, food companies, and things like that. Those are going to be consumer staples. Uh, there's only a couple more. Y'all stay with me. So you got the tech. I mean, come on now. Everybody knows what the tech sector is, right? Those are going to be your Microsofts, your things like that. Those are going to be the Fortune 500 companies that are in the tech sector. You also have semiconductors, like Taiwan Semiconductors. You have cybersecurity companies, things like that. Those are going to be the companies that are in the tech sector and stuff like that. So I know everybody pretty much knows those. So moving along, we got the communication. You got a communication services sector. That sector right there, that's going to be your Facebooks. Your Facebooks, your Googles. That's going to be your Instagrams, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be all of the stocks in that sector. And the last but not least, it's going to be your real estate. It's going to be your real estate sector. Pretty much every stock that's in that sector is it's going to have something to do with property, your real estate. Your real estate. I mean, things like Simon. Now, look, Simon Property Group and American Tower. These are real estate companies that own the properties under the malls, things like the Six Flags. I'm talking about big movies, big big investment properties, right? Big investment trust, right? So those are going to be that's just to kind of give everybody an idea of what what we're looking for. That's pretty much what I wanted to show everybody today. Today's just video is going to be short, right? The video is going to be just nice and sweet. I just wanted everybody to kind of get in their mind of what the 11 sectors of the stock market is, right? The stock market consists of 11 sectors. Now, the key to this, like I said before, is to pick, and you don't even have to go all 11. You don't have to go 11 stocks. That's a lot of stocks for a lot of people. I usually use 10. I usually go with maybe 10. Some people can go with 5. However it is that you want to do it. But it's really important for everybody to understand where and what they're picking from and what every sector is and what how every sector each sector what type of stocks we're looking for. Like I said, the energy, the materials, the industrials, the utilities, the healthcare, and stuff like that. So today was nice and sweet, really quick, in and out. Everybody, I just kind of want everybody to read. I want everybody to do their homework. We have to research this. This is my channel is going to be about people doing the work. I want people to do the work. You can find any information that you need. Any information that you need. But today is, like I said, it's going to be step one. Today is step one. Step one is knowing the 11 sectors of the stock market. We just went through all of them. I want everybody to kind of research, man. Research and kind of just kind of look through, because next episode is going to be what you look at to find which stocks are the best in each sector. That one's going to be a dope episode. But like I said, today is just learning what the 11 sectors are. So, boom, homework, research, reading, understanding. Remember, you know my quote, knowing one thing, understanding one thing, those are two totally different things. So, that's what the video is going to be about today, man. I want everybody to research the 11 sectors of the stock market, man. We went through them all, kind of go through each sector and kind of look at each sector and be like, oh man, it'll kind of surprise you, right? It'll kind of if you look in the utilities, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what utilities is. I see what industrials are, the materials are, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be the research assignment. I ain't gonna even call it homework assignment no more. I'm just gonna call it research assignment, because in your spare time, just kind of look through the different sectors. Look through the different sectors and get familiar. Get familiar with which companies are in each sector. So, I'm telling you, step one. We call this video step one because this is step one to financial freedom, man. We're going to get there. It's going to be nice and slow. And once we get to our destination, we're going to completely understand what we're doing, where we are, where we're going, and we're going to completely understand everything, man. So, this is your boy Low Trade. 11 sectors to the stock market. I'm out, man.